Do we not realize self-respect comes with self-reliance? Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Look like we got some green. Not quite as much as I think we were seeing around, I don't know what I would call bedtime. So probably 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time. Sleeking backwards a little bit. I don't know. I went through the news articles as I tend to do every single morning. A lot of people constantly talking about the price, as we see a lot of mornings, especially when it's up or down. The mainstream media, they're only here for the fiat value. They're not quite able to comprehend what actually is happening here with cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, because if they did, they'd all either be afraid of it or they'd be on board with what we got going on. But you know who is on board with what we got going on? Samantha.
Good morning, everyone.
How are you today, Samantha?
I'm okay.
You sound chipper today. Did you have some coffee this morning?
Ooh.
What? That's a lot of coffee for her.
It is. I like the smell of coffee, but I don't really like coffee all that much.
I don't know how you can be saying that here on Bitcoin
I
and
know.
Coffee.
I'm a soda drinker. Like, that's the problem.
All right. Hey, would you mind pulling up one of those wonderful screen shares so that we can go ahead and see what's going on over there on that always controversial coin market cap? So what do you think we're on track for, Samantha? Do you think we'll have all new high in Bitcoin by the end of the year? Do you think we'll break 10,000 even?
I don't know.
I mean, we're starting to get near the end of the year here. People are starting to get those predictions in. Some people are starting to get their predictions called, and it doesn't necessarily look like they're going to make it. Ooh, look at all those sixes. $6,666, up 2.5%. I mean, I think I seen us a little over 6.7 last night. As you can see there at the end of the chart on the 7-day graph, there was a peak before we slumped backwards. I mean, I think I had heard somebody else saying it already this morning on a different YouTube that I was listening to in the background as I was eating breakfast and making coffee, that, we haven't seen Bitcoin price this stable ever, right? I mean, between 6 and 7, I mean, we've been bouncing here for quite a while. All right, we got Ethereum coming in at $224. That's up 3.8%. Not a bad gain there. I mean, we'd still like to see that back up over 250, but hey, we're out of ways to go. Look at Ripple right there. X Rapid holding on at 52.4 cents, down only 0.67. I mean, it's quite the gains. Here we go with Bitcoin Cash, leaking backwards just a tiny bit at $538. It's down only 2.2%. Really not that bad. After that massive 20% gain, you can always expect some sort of correction. All right, let's see. What do we got here? We got EOS getting closer to that $6 mark. $5.81. That's up 4.6%. We got Stellar Lumas at a quarter. Nice. No real movement there. And what's this? Litecoin up 5%, pretty much. Nice. On the other side of $61, $61.90. Cardano at 8 cents. Wow. That's up 2%. That's still really cheap. I mean, I think they had their all-time high over $1 at one point.
Yeah.
It's surprising how far some of these cryptocurrencies have fallen from their all-time high. All right, here we go. We got Steam at 93 cents. That's a sleep backwards at 5.3%. I mean, look at it. We're getting there. We're getting back to over that dollar mark. I mean, that'll be nice. I know I have not been posting on DTube lately. I have been trying for the last 3 days. It seems like multiple times, and I cannot get this error message to go away after I upload videos. I, uninstalled and reinstalled my browser and done all those different kind of things, trying to see if, somewhere in there the problem is. And I don't know. I would hate to have to stop posting to D2 because I can't get it to go up, but ooh, look at that. Spot on $1 with no sideways action and ranking 250 in the crypto market cap out of 2008 coins. I don't think I've seen that yet. That's kind of, a little different there, right on the dollar and no movement. All right. So as I tend to do every single day, I got to plug away this Tally fundraiser that we got going on here. We're looking to get out there and spread the word of Bitcoin to some people at Electric Daisy Carnival in Orlando at Tinker Field. It's going to be November 9th and 10th. So we are getting a little bit closer. We got 30 days. We went ahead and ordered the flyers the other day, so that was awesome. We should be looking at getting those around the second week of October. So that way, if there's any kind of a problem, hopefully we'll be able to send them back and get them fixed, because I definitely want to make sure that the QR codes I embedded in them worked.
I know he keeps using the little reader on his phone and being like, okay, it still works. Okay, it still works. It's like, now we need it to be on the paper and make sure it still works.
So, I mean, every dollar is going to help. As you can see, I mean, we're about, what, $150 away right now. We're 75% of the way. I mean, I think we'll make it. I think it'll be a great opportunity, not only for the channel, but, you know, for us and the, you know, spreading of the word of Bitcoin. I've been telling people it's pretty much like a carbon offset. You know, I know you guys are very busy, and I know you guys can't always get out there and, you know, spread the word of Bitcoin as much as you would like to. So I'll get out there and do it. I have absolutely no problem doing this. That's why we're going to make it our workcation. All right, let me go ahead and stop this screen share that we got going on here. Let me pull up the screen so we can see what we got going on. And let's pop out the chat and see who we're talking to today. Morning, guys. Thanks for coming out here today and having a cup of coffee with me. Oh, this has been the right time of year. I love it. The temperature has started coming down that little bit, so it's not, you know, quite so blazing hot. The sun is at that peak coming up. It looks like the picture on the camera has been coming in better since yesterday or the day before the fall time. I mean, it was always better when I was up north, but I've been enjoying it here in Florida as well.
Oh, we have Silent Lamb here. We have Andy Anderson. And awesome. We have Paul Rouleau.
Hey, Paul. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys getting out here, talking cryptocurrency with me. You know, just looking at the market, all of us trying to figure this stuff out together to not only enrich our lives, but also, you know, spread the advancement of cryptocurrency out there to other people. We're looking at our weekend show, as we usually do this weekend. Don't know the day yet, of course. We got to wait for the man to hand down Samantha her schedule, because, of course, we love to have her here in the chat, because those shows are mostly a Q&A, or at least I try to get them to be a lot of Q&A. We looked at our friend Fundy AU from Australia. He has written me and said that he was looking at possibly getting out here and joining us for an episode coming up soon. So that'll be a big plus to have him out here. You know, I love to talk to people about cryptocurrency. Awesome. I love it when people get out here and want to tell us what their perspective is. And I'm not looking for the core devs or anything like that. You know, there's a lot of other YouTubers out there that can blow up their email and all of this other stuff trying to get it. I want to talk to the average everyday person, because, you know, Bitcoin is supposed to be the people's money. So let's talk to the people that it's supposed to help, you know, enrich and better their lives. So, what do you think of all this news we got going on today, Samantha? Mostly price. I kind of pulled out a few stories here that weren't necessarily about the price, but nothing massive or major here going on. One of the first stories I found out there that I thought was kind of funny is we got Coinbase announcing this Coinbase bundle. I mean, this just sounded like you're trying to unload cryptocurrency bags on newbies here. It's going to be like a one button press type deal to buy all the cryptocurrencies offered at Coinbase. Based on how much you purchase, you'll be like equally buying, or some sort of percentages, as they figure it, of not only Bitcoin, but Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Ethereum Classic and Litecoin. So
I love that their slogan was something like, when you don't know which one to buy. Like, what's
another sign that Coinbase is, you know, originally they seemed like they were here. They really helped the advancement of Bitcoin into the cryptocurrency space. Now it does seem like that they're just kind of competing against all of the other exchanges and looking to just, you know, make profit and sell all cryptocurrencies equally, and not necessarily as much of the education that needs to be done in the beginning to show people that Bitcoin is the true, you know, cryptocurrency investment, and that after that it becomes a lot more speculative based on the fact that they're not all the same. They're not all trying to be currencies, that there's a lot of different platforms. And
didn't Coinbase not give a bunch of the Bitcoin like dividendy fork things? Like,
They gave out the Bitcoin Cash, of course, as we've seen that one there. But no, there was no Bitcoin Gold or Diamond. I mean, most exchanges have stopped providing Bitcoin forks, pretty much around the Bitcoin Diamond, or Bitcoin Black, I think was shortly after that one, because it got to be ridiculous. I think I have a tool down there below that has a list of all the different Bitcoin forks, and I mean, they go off into la la land over there with those.
Truth Monster is now here.
My man, I hope you got some coffee.
He says, yo, what up? Gobble, gobble.
Nope, we didn't let them out yet today.
Oh, dude, they get aggressive on this camera. You're all like, are you like right there? You're right there.
All right, so let's see what other kind of news we got going on today. Well, we got ZebPay. They're going to be halting their exchange services. I mean, this one's kind of a sadder, badder news one. I mean, you got an exchange out there providing services for people in the cryptocurrency space, and they're going to be shutting down and halting services at 4 p.m., whatever time they are, or after. I mean, I don't even know what that is in comparison. Probably already happened by my time now.
Yes.
Of the RBI ban. I mean, their wallets are still going to be working. They're saying they're going to credit all the money back to people's wallets. It's like on the order books or whatever. But it's the whole fact that, you know, regulation is messing up an exchange where they're going to be having to shut down because they can't operate with a bank. And everybody wants to be able to pull their crypto back into dollar bills, or, I mean, whatever your fiat cash is, and then back into your bank account so that you can go ahead and pay your mortgage or whatever, as you know, use your little debit card or credit card everywhere to pay your auto insurance and buy your groceries. So, I mean, of course, there's other ways around it. These people can use VPNs and all this other stuff and decentralized exchanges, but it still doesn't. I mean, we don't want to see this stuff, but eventually this stuff is going to happen and become more and more common. That's why we want to see the development of decentralized exchanges, so that these regulations can occur, you know, so that we can't see somebody like, I mean, if we started seeing a first world power like France or Australia, I mean, even though they're semi-crypto friendly, come out and say that you can't have these exchanges have these bank pairings in order to be able to come back to fiat, you know, it would start putting a hurt on cryptocurrency and trading. And of course, when you do that, that's where a lot of the value of what these coins comes from, is the trading.
We have C. Craig here now, and he says,
nice.
Decentralized exchanges will destroy exchanges like Coinbase in the future.
They will.
Yeah.
It's just that we have to get better technology so that we can have one with that, you know, super user or super easy graphic user interface, so that we can have one where it's, you know, not going to be able to get hacked. You can't just go plug in a fake coin that you made called EOS and trade it out for real EOS. You know, I mean, we've seen that with all of these decentralized exchanges so far, that somehow or another they're getting hacked, somehow or another they're manipulating. But I mean, it is super early days for a decentralized exchange. And I mean, you know, only way to get to it is to get through it. So, I mean, you're going to have to go through all these bugs and all these problems, you know, before we're capable of bringing these things forward for, you know, the masses. I mean, and that's why we're all frontiersmen here, you know, working on the edge of cryptocurrency, bringing it forward, working through these bugs, dealing with these hardships, trying not to get frustrated and bang our head against the wall and jump out of the market when we're at a big loss. All right. What else do we got? Of course, we got the SEC out here. They're coming in, they're waving their big hammer around and putting it down, and they're telling us that we got one broker. It's a website out there, and they're breaking security laws, supposedly. You can go ahead and you can trade Bitcoin for what they're calling securities out there, or crypto securities. They got an undercover FBI agent went and was able to perform these actions with only an email address and I mean a username or something from the United States. So with this, we're seeing what do I got here? That they're wanting to comply. That, you know, nobody wants to, you know, go against the United States. Nobody wants to go against the SEC. That's why we've seen a lot of ICOs already pretty much not run in the United States. I mean, this is to be expected. This was expected. I mean, the ICOs were rampant. Everybody, I mean, everybody heard Tonebase out here calling for what was going to be happening, that the law was going to come. I kept saying, you're never going to outrun the long arm of the law. It's going to get you. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow, but they don't throw those books away. That code don't disappear. 5 years from now, they'll come and get you. You know, they'll show up at your house. They'll put the guns in your face and they'll throw you in the cage and they'll tell you that you did wrong and that you weren't supposed to. So I mean, they're looking to go ahead and wanting to reimburse everybody for their money as soon as their funds are opened. And they're found that, you know, that what they were doing was illegal. So, I mean, we're going to see more of this. And this is going to continue falling out of the pipeline as we move all the way through 2019. I mean, they're saying what, like, it was like 90% of the ICOs were scams. Everybody's going to go crying to the moon, you know, about how this was horrible and they should have been protected. And then, of course, once the dominoes start falling and they go after one ICO, then it'll just compound the number of lawsuits of the people who complain against the other ICOs until they actually end up going after all of them.
This is the only one I've heard of, though. They're like, they did like an undercover sting, like they had a person. I don't know if I've heard of any other ones where they've actually like everything else was like internet-y, but like, yes, that they actually like made an account and made like fraudulent transactions.
Right.
To prove like, yes, for sure you're breaking the law because I'm not supposed to be able to hit enter and this happened.
I don't know. It's kind of like I was saying yesterday or whatever that, I mean, if you're just in this to hold cryptocurrency and know that it's the advancement of the future and you're not, you know, really out here trading and speculating on the market and investing in ICOs last year. And I mean, what, I guess this year you're trying to load up on all of these cheap coins, you know, that were $1 that are now pennies that are below the 200 mark. You know, these things just seem obscure. It's like, I mean, the second go after the ICOs, all they really want. It doesn't affect me holding my Bitcoin. It doesn't affect, you know, my friends I know that are holding, you know, Ethereum and Litecoin and Dash and Digibytes. It's not really messing with them. It's only messing with, you know, the ICOs and the, you know, all of that went on last year that came up out of nowhere and blew up so big and helped with the push up of the price. So it's like, I mean, you're not going to stop the regulation, but I'd rather see the regulations focus, get more on the ICOs and all of that stuff that was actually hurting, you know, the real cryptocurrency markets over them wanting to come in and mess with the real cryptocurrency markets, saying this is going to be overturning the bank. This is, you know, the way how they tend to do where they blow things out of proportion, saying that this is for terrorism or this is for drugs or money laundering, when realistically 10% of it is, but they're acting like 90% is so that they can justify their intervenement in the situation. So, I mean, you know, if we're going to be running into this race, I mean, let's go ahead and trip those ICOs and let the, you know, the zombies get them while we keep running for the finish line here.
Silent Lamb is talking about the decentralized exchanges, and he says they will be utilized for sure, but big business is going to be the major mover of money, and I'm sure they will be instructed to use Coinbase and institutions alike. He said that he will use them all. I mean, yes, they are, because like, yeah. I mean, Coinbase is super easy. I hate technology. Like, it is not my friend. I have a Coinbase account. Like, I mean, I've turned a lot of people onto Coinbase accounts. It is sad, but it is true. Like,
yeah, I mean, especially people over 55. I guess that's a nice way to put it.
Older, other boss. Yeah,
a lot of people over 55. If for some reason they're interested in Bitcoin, that's, I mean, where else are you going to send them?
Yes, they like the debit and the bank card and the and I can just like literally like auto like take out like oh, that's amazing.
And then from there it's just to try to get them to get a hardware wallet and then, you know, hold their hand while they make a nice big transfer and put a lot of it on the hardware wallet.
Yeah, I mean, it is that they like that it is like a normal bill, a normal like that
and,
kind
yeah,
of.
Like if you go to your SunTrust bank account page, you know, and you're looking at your couple checking accounts and your couple savings accounts, it looks the same, you know. So to them, they're like, oh, all right, well, I can understand this, and they have all of it in USD value denominations, and you're capable of not having to put in, you know, 0.005. For a transaction. You're capable of putting in just, you know, $20, $10.
Giles Willis is here now. He says, I've officially used crypto to bail myself out of a shitting situation and rescue my bus. Yay for crypto. We've all had those moments.
There all has been those moments. I mean,
oh crap, wait, I do have money.
I got crypto. Let's cash out a little Bitcoin. Let's take some of those profits. Congrats, my man. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Okay, we got, I don't remember how to pronounce this one. We got some Chinese mining companies. They're following along with Bitmain. They're going to be doing an IPO. We got eBang and CANAAN. I don't know how to pronounce all those A's. What's AA together? Is that just ah? I don't know.
Yes.
Cana. So Cana and eBang mining companies out there in China are going to be IPOing as well. Once again, I was saying the other day that I do find this, you know, China's not supposed to have a lot to do with cryptocurrency. They don't have exchanges, but yet you can get initial public offerings of mining companies. There's a, you know what I mean? The correlation there, I can see pumping up the price of their shares because that's a way for them to legally be able to get in on it.
Yeah, China is all sorts of, I mean, everything is banned and yet it's really not. Like, and everything is, and yet it's really not.
So, I mean, as we continue along with this, I mean, I wonder if we're going to be seeing more cryptocurrency companies that are somewhat on the fringe in China there offering initial public offerings to be able to get, you know, the citizens of China capable of investing in these companies since they can't or aren't technically supposed to be allowed to be holding cryptocurrencies. Yeah. I mean, they're still over-the-counter trading. Yeah. That one's been proven. So, I mean, I don't know. I remember the days of China this and China that and the bad news of like, oh my God, Bitcoin's down 10%. What did China do? And it's no longer like that. And I'm just so glad for that. So, I mean, I guess if they want to keep messing around with Bitmain and, you know, go down with that sinking ship, have at it. It's not really going to hurt me. It's just going to help empower the other third world countries, or I mean, not the third world country, but other countries that want to go ahead and get into cryptocurrency and use it towards their own advancement and not being seen as possibly a third world country. Big plus for them. And okay, go ahead.
Oh, Silent Lamb is asking, do you need your target hit before deadline for printing tickets, or will you have enough time still after? That was no, because we have a good like.
Okay, well, I ordered the flyers, so those are good to go, and we technically could buy tickets at the door because this I've never really known the event to sell out.
It's a giant field, like they have Warped Tours there, they have everything there, so I don't think. I mean, yes, there is probably a max capacity, but I mean.
It's okay. I'm not asking anybody to donate the $150 right now. Let's cross our fingers and hope the price of Bitcoin goes up a little bit so that it's smaller of amount of donations.
Oh, and C. Greg says China is preparing for big moves. 5G plus AI plus crypto, smart cities. That would be crazy. Yes.
I mean,
they were taught like
Dubai would be at the forefront of all of this, though. I mean, they're the ones that have dumped more money and have so much more happening with the technology being integrated. I wonder what happened
to that lady who was selling the apartment flat for Bitcoin.
She still was. Yeah.
Like it's all sold out and everybody.
Last I had heard stuff about it is the lady in Dubai that was selling apartment flats for Bitcoin had sold out a good portion of the building. Cool. So, I mean, see, I've talked to my sister and she hasn't said much about it, but at the same time, you know, that's not necessarily where her mind would be at. She has several children and she is a woman at home and
over
a stay-at-home
there, it's
mom.
also women's stuff is different,
But I mean, her husband is in financing, so
you're right. He has like a bank. Yeah, I forgot. Her husband has done lots of things.
So let's see, what do we got for the last little bit here? Well, we're looking at Cardano and Quantum are going to be listed on Kraken. That's a big plus, getting more cryptocurrencies. I don't necessarily use or like Kraken all that much. The user interface at first kind of threw me off, and then I just didn't really go with it. And of course, everybody's on Binance. So
that's the backwards one, right? Yeah.
But we're looking at all the pairings that come along with that. So it's not just going to be that BTC pairing. They're going to have the USD and the Ethereum and the Bitcoin Cash and probably Tether and whatever else they got over there. And that's going to be 9 o'clock today. So in just a little while, less than an hour from now, we're going to be looking at that happening. So that'll be cool. We might see a little price action with that. That could be awesome. There's a lot of volume that goes through Kraken. They're one of the bigger U.S. exchanges.
Well, you know me and my rights and whatnot. I don't like Kraken's actual interface, but I like Kraken now that they were all like, we're not gonna
Oh,
no, we're not
going
to do your polite letter. We're good.
This is not required by law, then it's not necessary.
We're gonna decline.
All right, so let me run through the end spiel here. Let's go ahead and wrap this show up. I mean, it's been a great Friday so far. I'm real cheerful for the rest of the day. Let's get through a great weekend. Let's all hope this price continues to go upwards a little bit and this bear market's over, because if you read some of the articles today, they definitely got that kind of a feeling. But as always, you know, I hope for the best. I prepare for the worst. You know, I'm ready to go through another 6 months of a bear market and see Bitcoin drop to $5,000 need be.
Boo!
I know, but I would love to see 10. I got my fingers crossed for it.
Well, if it sees 5, we'll just buy more. I'll
Right.
just have to like work more hours and
sell your soul a little more to the man.
You'll have to, you know, wash an extra pony or something. I don't know.
Do some more farrier services.
Something.
All right, you guys. I got all kinds of tools, links, and affiliation codes listed down there below. The social media has been popping off pretty good. We got Twitter. I mean, we're at like 1,275 or 74 followers. I think we picked up like 40 more followers on Twitter yesterday. I mean, that's a big plus right there. Let's see. Tribe, that's been going pretty well. I mean, I don't know. They got that review process, and somehow or another, I keep messing it up. And they postpone it, and they write editor's note, and they say you need to put a thumbnail image on this or whatever.
That's a lot nicer than Steam. Okay, like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. At least someone say, "Yo, we want to give this out there." He's
emailed me personally because he wanted to verify that I was Bitcoin and Coffee and that I wasn't like just someone else ripping off this YouTube channel. So that was a big plus that he was doing that.
Cool.
I mean, I kind of wish Steam did have a little bit more like this because, like I said, now on DTube, I'm having a problem with uploading. I keep getting this unknown error, and it's like, well, if it's an unknown error, that don't help me any.
Right.
How am I supposed to fix that?
How do I search for unknown?
Right. So, I mean, I'm still working on that one, but I could see where with this Tribe, I won't have that problem. I think I got 1,500 coins already, so that's a big bonus over there. But it does cost 50 coins per post to help prevent
but you started
spamming.
out with like 1,000 or something, didn't
No, it
you?
was just 100.
Oh, it was 100. Yeah, because I remember you were saying.
I got a big upvote and stuff like that. All right, you guys. I really appreciate everything you guys have been doing for this channel. Don't forget to hit me up on my free email help desk service. It's eugeneforrest20@gmail.com. I mean, it's the best services I can provide for you guys is that you just ask me your questions. I will get you a straightforward and honest answer, and it's going to cost you absolutely nothing. As always, I got those donational addresses down below to help support the channel, but I'd rather have you hit me up for the EDC fund, help support the cause. That's always going to be a big plus there. And I think I might do some boosting for the channel on the post side of this as people are able to see I actually did get out there and, you know, these cool photos, hopefully, of, you know, people dressed up all funny in the lights and everything. Do we got anything else in the chat to address?
Nomadic Giant's here now. He says, good morning.
Oh, you're late, my man. We're closing up the episode.
Good morning. And Truth Monster says, let me know when the error is known. Thank you.
All right, you guys. I really do appreciate you guys coming out here. I mean, let's all go have a great weekend. I'm very optimistic for this weekend for some reason. Let's hope that it's because cryptocurrency prices are going to go up. But remember, keep your BTC safe.
Bye.